Hello. This is a sort of a first for me. I am attempting to do actually a trimulcast. I am broadcasting on 2 Facebook channels and recording this for my YouTube channel, the University of Hypnotism. So I had promised that I would come back today and sort of go through a review of hypnosis in the last year and give you guys some ideas about what's coming ahead. First of all, looking back, 2016 on a very personal level was monstrously huge. I had my practice in New Hampshire, which is going great, and I moved from New Hampshire to Oregon so that I could get married. Now, that was an interesting form of chaos in itself, moving that way. So basically what had happened is in moving to New Hampshire, I had a big amount of business in New Hampshire, and what happened is I managed to have someone help me, and we still need some help. So if there's anyone in the New England area who wants to be a professional hypnotist at a very highly acclaimed hypnosis center, please contact me, send me a personal message. I'll be happy to give you all the information. Now, while that took place, I then also moved to Oregon, and what happened in Oregon is I started another business. It's on the eastern side of Oregon, so it's not on the rainy side of Oregon. And what's happening there is I am building my business slowly since April, and in addition doing my teaching and my writing, and so that's growing as well. Oh yes, and in September I got married to the last person I am ever going to marry, and I am very thankful for that. Everyone prior to that was basically a practice wife, so I'm very grateful to my wife. So those are the things personally that happened to me in 2016. On a professional level and with regard to hypnosis, some amazing things have taken place. I'd like to sort of ask everyone a question. Who has ever gotten an email from somebody who says, "Hello, my name is Chase Hughes. I teach military interrogation and would love to talk with you about mind control"? I've never had that except once, and so I got that contact with Chase Hughes, and what I found out is that Chase, in my books, when I wrote under the name Dantalian Jones, he used that, and he does teach interrogation to the military. He also is building a hypnosis process that is absolutely amazing. And what's happening is he's writing a book called The Ellipsis Manual. You can find out about him from his website, which is ellipsisbehavior.com. What I'd recommend you do is join that site. There is also a Facebook group called Engineering Behavior, which you can apply for. It is a closed group. And his study is in basically how to engineer a Manchurian candidate. Now this to a lot of people and a lot of hypnotists is sort of frightening, because it describes the very most powerful application of hypnosis that you can imagine. And that is to program a person to do things and have no memory of it, and even possibly do things that are outside of their normal ethical bounds. Now that's a sort of frightening thing. There are, of course, government and military applications, but the wonderful thing in working with Chase is how it so dramatically has affected my own working with people to help them. A great example is one of the things that, even though I've been doing this 20 years, nearly 20 years, and written like 8 books or whatever on hypnosis and mind control, when you deal with people who are also in the field, like I have with Chase, what you find out is that they have insights, just incredible insights with hypnosis. One of the things he made very clear to me is something I knew about but hadn't given a lot of thought to. is the whole concept of dissociation. And if you go to my YouTube channel, I talk about this a little bit, but I encourage you to go and listen, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it now. Dissociation is basically when is not being totally connected. Now, hypnosis is an incredibly dissociated state. It is essentially a state in which the hypnotist is the one who has the control of the person. Now, that's frightening to a lot of people because a person is actually under someone's control, but it is also one of the most powerful, useful things you can do. You know, you can tell a person that from this point forward, your ideal weight is 135 pounds. You'll do everything in your power to make that happen. And they don't even have to have an awareness of the instructions. They don't have to work at it. It just automatically takes place. And there are a huge amount of processes that I have learned from Chase to help guide a client to that state. I've always known it was there, and I've been able to do it. But what Chase has done, he's done it in a very systematic and scientific method, is he has applied it so that people like you and me can learn it. One of the things that he made very clear that has sort of become a tagline that I like to use is simply the tagline, handle your business. Or you can think of it as hashtag handle your business. Handling your business is simply getting your crap in order. You can ask, what would it take to compel someone to commit a heinous crime? And quite frankly, that was studied way back in the 60s with the Milgram experiment, where a laboratory was set up and a fellow in a lab coat would simply instruct a volunteer to apply an electrical shock to someone else. The person would scream. Each time the electrical shock would be gone up and up to the point at which they would potentially die. Now, no one died, and it was all set up. But people would continue to apply electrical shock, and the only reason they continued to do it was because someone in a lab coat told them to. Think of the implications when you consider that. Someone in a lab coat simply told someone to commit murder. Now, how does that apply to our lives? Basically, that person in a lab coat is a person of authority. And for each of us to be a person of authority, it's important that we have what Chase referred to as our lab coat, which is the thing that demonstrates we are a person of authority. The very best way to be that person of authority is to, quote, handle your business. In other words, get your shit together. It is not an easy task. It is not a task that ever ends. It is something you have to do, and you have to do it constantly. You never succeed at it either. It is something you will just keep doing and doing and doing. You'll get better and better at it. A great example is, do you have a pile of dishes in your sink? How long have they been there? Now, dishes in the sink don't really mean a whole lot, but if you're out trying to influence someone, if you're out trying to be a person of authority, somewhere that's going to be in the back of your mind. Somewhere you're going to know that those dishes are in your sink and you have ignored them, and that part of your life is not in order. Believe me, it demonstrates that these things generalize throughout life. When I was much younger, I was a member of a self-improvement group. Yes, it was a cult. And they had a way of sort of getting people in line and having them handle their business. They had a saying. And the saying was, how you do whatever is how you live your life. So how you do your dishes is how you live your life. How you do your laundry is how you live your life. How you clean your car is how you live your life. What that forced everyone to do who was in this little group / cult is to pay attention to the details of their life and to get their crap in order. That is what's called handling your business. And if you want to be a person of authority, you have your business handled. It's not easy. And it's not easy if you've never done it before. But you find that those little things build up and they make something important take place. So I want to encourage all of you to handle your business. Okay, hashtag handle your business. This is not a New Year's resolution because it's something you do every fucking day. Okay? I'll say it. Every effing day. You wake up, you get your life in order, and it means you pay your bills, it means you look at your books, it means you brush your teeth, you keep good hygiene. It means everything. You get your life in order. That's what handling your business is really about. So that was a major impact in this part of my life, quote, handling your business has sort of become a mantra around my household here because we're always trying to handle our business. If you guys want to know about Chase, his YouTube channel, his website is called Ellipsis Behavior. So I encourage you, ellipsisbehavior.com. And you'll find out that in probably the next couple months, he's going to have his Ellipsis manual out. This is going to be the manual that he uses to describe how to create a Manchurian candidate. Think about that. Yes, it has government applications. I have no idea how he's going to apply it. He will probably be a government contractor at some point when he leaves his military service. But it is about being able to, going back to that topic of dissociation, create a internal character that has qualities and abilities that are there to help the actual host person. So, for example, I've written under the name Dantalian Jones. Dantalian is somewhat of a character within me. And through this process of the Ellipsis manual, you could create a very strong Dantalian Jones that would take over who I am, David Barron, and do whatever is possible. And it's a wonderful concept to sort of engineer and play with. So expect some news when that comes out. Let's see some other things. On a weekly basis, if not a daily basis, I'm going to be posting some information here on Facebook and on the YouTube channel. As far as YouTube channels go, there are, I hate to say it, there are better YouTube channels because all you're going to get is a talking head, but this is as handsome as I'm going to get right now. But I will give the very best information that I possibly can. The YouTube channel is University of Hypnotism. And so just go there, type in University of Hypnotism, subscribe, remember press that little bell that they always talk about there so you get notifications. Okay, so that's pretty much what's happened in the last year, and it's been incredibly dramatic for me. I hope it's been just as dramatic for you. I've done some experimenting mentally. I always like to try to get the various ideas and apply them personally to my life. And so one of the things I started to play with, and I've talked about this a little bit in some of my other posts, is the idea that memories are in fact just implanted. Particularly those memories that are painful, those memories that have caused us to react in painful ways. I just, believe me, I have plenty of them, and I'm sure you do too. what I try and do is I try and imagine that, okay, let's just assume that while that memory is affecting me, let's assume it's an implant. It was just placed there in my head, in my awareness, in my storage bank to manipulate my behavior. Then I get to ask, is it working? And if it's not working, I get to sort of reevaluate how effective it is. So it's something I'm ongoingly playing with. I think another thing you could try, which I think is pretty awesome, is just continue to practice relentless forgiveness on everybody and everything, and you'll probably get the very same results. Those memories will not have quite as much effect on you. So I think that's how I'm looking back on 2016, the year that crazy shit happened. But 2017 is going to be interesting. First of all, University of Hypnotism is a YouTube channel, soon to be a website, and it's going to have some of the information here that I'm posting and some hypnosis training courses. I'm going to be teaching one-on-one, because this is not something I feel comfortable teaching over the internet, but teaching one-on-one some of these incredibly advanced stuff where you get deep and powerful control of people's subconscious minds to the point of post-hypnotic instructions just happen spontaneously without their awareness. So I'll be teaching that again one-on-one, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. I am going to be teaching hypnosis, or at least have a class available every month. This upcoming month is January anyway. It's going to be in Boise, Idaho. It is at the end of the month, the last weekend. I think that's the 27th, 28th, 29th. I don't have my calendar with me. But if you go to thehypnosisseminar.com, thehypnosisseminar.com, you'll find the information about it and get all the information to join. I'd love to have you there. One of the things I will try and require is, for those of you who do want to, who are on the East Coast, for example, and who want to work at the New Hampshire Hypnosis, I will do some training with you. I do offer hypnosis instruction over Skype. So again, that's something you'd have to contact with me and negotiate. That is something, again, new for this year. And we'll be doing that as much as we can. But again, for some of the stuff that I'm going to be teaching, I really have to qualify the people that I'm working with. Hypnosis is generally pretty easy, but when you start getting into some crazy advanced stuff, you really have to qualify the people, because you realize some of these people can misuse this in ways that you would never want to have them misused. So again, if you're interested, let me know. I mentioned I'm going to be doing a monthly hypnosis training. I'm going to be posting here on Facebook and here on the University of Hypnotism. I am totally open to answering questions. Now, I do have a Facebook group which is called Advanced Hypnosis Skills. So just do a search in Facebook to join that. And I have a Yahoo discussion group. It's an email group in which email discussions go back and forth. That one is, I started that when I was Dantalian Jones. You can go into Yahoo groups and type in, it's one word, Mind Control 101. So just type that in and you'll find it, and we can go from there. This seems to be the era now of social media, so I have to make social media my bitch, and that's sort of what's going to be happening for the for this particular year. Again, I want to remind everybody I am looking for a skilled hypnotist on the East Coast who wants to be a part of who wants to be a part of New Hampshire Hypnosis, I will train, I will coach. This is a very systematic, and you do have to qualify, a very systematic process that you have to go through. So, oh, and yes, as far as the advanced training, one of the things I wanted to talk about is the learning place. I have talked about this with. In the past. The learning place is a 3-day technique in which a hypnotist spends 3 days with a client and installs a memory and learning program in them, in which anything they've ever learned, anything they will want to learn, is immediately recalled and formatted and made ready for recall. I made this available on Amazon. You could buy the training course. It is advanced stuff for hypnotists. It is not something you as a person can go through and you'll have the hypnosis or have the learning place inside of you. But for hypnotists of a certain skill level, I charge $5,000 for that. And if you go to Amazon.com and type in, I think it's called Hypnotic Memory, and David Barron, my name, you should find that. That's available. But I will be teaching that as well. So there are a lot of things that are happening this year. Please, if you have a question or a comment, I want to hear about it. I got some crazy things happening here in the future, and I'm excited about it, and you should be too. So there's going to be some amazing things taking place this year. So remember that hashtag, handle your business. Handle your business. Get your life in order. That's what I want to leave you guys with. Handling your business isn't about a New Year's resolution, because it's something you do every freaking day. Every freaking day. So I want to help you guys out as best I can. Send me some questions. I would love to talk. And I want to thank you very much. Take care, guys. Bye.